superstars, welcome to Dressage Mastery Academy. I am so super pumped that you have decided to come on this magical, magnificent, amazing journey that we call dressage. Yay! I really acknowledge you, really big pat on the back, because dressage isn't easy. There's lots to learn, there's lots to master. I find it a very humbling, very personal developing, very intriguing way to spend my time. And I'm definitely a different person who I am today than I was 10 years ago because of what dressage has taught me. And not only of the rider I am, but the person I had to become. I learned patience, I learned sacrifice, I learned hard work, I learned so many magical, amazing things from mastering dressage. But I know when I was learning how to ride and, deciding to become a dressage rider, it wasn't easy, and it, at most times, was very frustrating, very isolating. I felt alone, I felt confused pretty much all the time. I didn't know what I should be doing, I didn't know how to do it, I didn't know if I was doing it right. I used to not want to ride unless my coach was there telling me that that was right and I wasn't going to stuff up the horse and I wasn't going to stuff up something, and there was just so much uncertainty and so much I don't know if I've got what it takes, and I don't know if I'm good enough, and I don't know if I'll ever get to Grand Prix or where I wanted to go. So I thought I really wanted to record a step-by-step, easy to follow, easy to understand system that could help riders how I was when I started. Kind of short circuit, not make all the mistakes that I did, because I made every mistake in the book because I didn't know any better. So I wanted to create a program that really helps you understand what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, and to give you that trust and to give you that certainty and trust in yourself that yes, you might not have all the answers, and yes, you might not know exactly how to do it, but that's okay, and to have fun with it. I could have had a whole lot more fun than what I did because I was so serious and so have to get it right. And now I absolutely love riding, I love practicing dressage, I love training my horses. It's a lot more fun, it's a lot more light, it's a lot more easy, and I want to give you that gift straight away on your journey. So, like I said, it's everything I've learned, it's everything that I've done in the last 20 years, packaged into a nice, easy system for you to go from the very start. If you've never learnt dressage before, if you're not sure what you should be doing, you've heard of the German training scale, but you don't know what the hell that is, we go through all of that all the way to Grand Prix. So you can follow me along this journey all the way to Grand Prix. You can pause this program at any time if you're going away or the horse gets injured or you need a bit more time to catch up before you progress to the next level. That's absolutely fine. It really is a pause when you need more time, and then pick it up again when you're ready to move on to the next level. And this program will take you from just starting out, the very basics, to then moving into prelim, novice, elementary, medium, advanced, Prix St George, into 1, into 2 Grand Prix. And from my beautiful, amazing international friends, the prelim, novice, elementary might not make much sense to you, but that's training level, first level, second level, third level, fourth level, and then Prix St George into 1, into 2 Grand Prix, the same for you guys. So that's where we're heading. That's what this journey is all about. And I just wanted to give you that kind of picture of what we're doing. And I always need to know, work with the end in mind. What's our end goal of what we're looking to achieve? So that's the process and the path that we're going to work on. And the program is based on the German training scale. So you may or may not have heard of the German training scale, but it's a very famous system they use in Europe to train dressage horses. So I use that as well as the rider success scale that I've developed based on what I believe riders need to learn, develop and master for them to be the riders that they need to be able to train the horse in the German training system. So in the German training system, you've got the first kind of 2 levels is rhythm and Lustgelassenheit. And Lustgelassenheit roughly translates to relaxation. It doesn't exactly mean relaxation, but we'll use that for now, and when we go into exactly what it is, of course, I'll explain it more. But rhythm and Lustgelassenheit is kind of what we're doing when we get a horse used to having us on their back, and it's basically the first two things that we have to have when we're working with a horse, and the first two things that we go back to if something's not working well with the horse. So rhythm, obviously the horse has to be in a right rhythm, nice forward rhythm, and it has to be relaxed. So if the horse is tense and the horse is cantering on the spot or jogging in its walk or trotting too fast, we will never make a dressage horse. We will never, people come to me going, yeah, I can ride shoulder in, and shoulder in is at like the slowest trot I've ever seen. And I go, no, you can't ride shoulder in. You might be able to put the shoulders in off the track, but that's not shoulder in. Shoulder in needs rhythm. Or they might say, yeah, I can do shoulder in, and their horse is so tight in the neck and so tense and so not relaxed and loose and working through and over its back that again, it's not shoulder in. So you've got to make sure when you're training the higher movements that you're not doing the higher movements sacrificing loose galassan height or rhythm. So they're the first two levels. And when I think about the German training scale and going, okay, yes, we need rhythm, and yes, we need loose galassan height. When I look at the rider success scale, the two things we need is we simply must have an independent seat. We must be able to sit on our horse and move with our horse independently of what's going on. If we're not in balance, we can't ever expect our horse to be in balance. So we need to develop balance. We need to develop being able to go with the horse and our own relaxation, our own mindset. I find mindset super, super important when we're riding and training dressage horses. So part of the rider success scale is a whole thing on mindset of going, well, who do we need to be? And who do we need to be as a rider to be able to deliver and train a horse effectively? Then we move into the next two levels of the German training scale, which is contact and impulsion. So contact is obviously really, really important. We have to be able to maintain a contact with our horse's mouth. Now again, on the rider success scale, we simply must be able to keep that contact and not drop our hands, drop our contact, or you know, if we're still using our hands for balance and we're jerking the horse in the mouth every stride, then how can the horse keep a steady contact if we can't keep a steady contact? So those two work hand in hand. A horse can't be in a nice contact in the German training scale if we as riders can't first maintain a contact. So those two are very intricately linked. And the other thing that's really important in the German training scale is impulsion. So impulsion's a fancy word. Yes, we've got to have impulsion. But what is impulsion and how is that created? And when you look at the rider success scale, impulsion is created through transitions. Transitions, walk, trot, walk, trot, canter, canter, trot, halt, trot, canter, walk, canter. All these cool transitions, and then we're going to do transitions within the gait, big trot, big canter, little canter. And all those things will start to create the horse moving onto a horizontal plane and start to, you know, have it from traveling from on the forehand to starting to get those hind legs a little bit more active and start to carry itself a bit more. Then the last two steps is really about creating the horse to sit on the hind legs. So in the German training scale, we have straightness and collection. So straightness is hugely important. Horses don't come out of the womb straight, same as we are born left-handed or right-handed. Horses have a preference to what side, and of course we have a preference to a particular side that we've always got to work on, and I'm always working on myself, but funnily enough all my horses are still a little bit more glitchy to the right. So that's me, that's what I need to work on, but obviously the horse is still showing, okay, stiff to the right, so I've got to try and make them more supple, more soft on both sides so they can be absolutely straight. When you look at the rider success scale, that's the ability to move the horse. So I say leg yielding, but really it's the ability to put the horse's shoulder or the horse's hind legs, basically every single part of the horse. It's left leg, it's right leg, it's front leg, it's back legs, every single bit of the legs. You want to be able to move in any way to create straightness. So obviously if the horse is carrying its hind legs to the inside, we're going to want to move the shoulders back over to create the horse straight. And the last one on the rider success scale is the half halt, and that creates on the German training scale collection. So collection is really the horse sitting on its hind legs. The peak of collection is the piaffe when the horse is trotting on the spot. You've also got the canter pirouette, huge amounts of collection, huge amounts of the horse sitting on its hind legs. So to create that we need to be able to do a half halt. But I don't know if you're like me with on the rider success scale. When you think of how to do a half halt, what is a half halt? How do you know how to do a half halt? How many types of different half halts are there? How do you do one effectively? How often do you do them? How strong do they have to be? So I really need to make sure you as a rider know how to half halt effectively to create collection in your horse and to create the horse that you want to have. So that's how we're going to base our training, and that's what we're going to do. And in our first 6-month module, before we get into prelim or training level, we're going to do what I call Dressage Explained, which is a pre-learning module which talks about each one of the German training scales in detail and each one of the rider scale in detail, just so you know the framework that we're going to use. So like I said, when I was learning how to ride, I didn't like to ride without my coach there because I didn't know what to do and I didn't want to do it wrong. I want to give you that gift that I have now. I don't have a coach anymore. I see a riding instructor or a riding coach maybe once every 3 months for 1 or 2 lessons if I'm lucky. That's it. All the rest of it is me playing at home, going, okay, what happens if I do that? What happens if I do that? And it's possible because your horse is your teacher more than anything else. If the horse feels good, if the horse gives you something amazing, you did well. Keep doing that. If the horse is bolting off and rearing and, you know, crooked and got its head above the bit, what you're doing is not working. Do something else. So that's how I train and that's what I work with, but I always have this German training scale in mind, but also fully aware that maybe it's not my horse. The first thing I need to work on is the rider success scale and make sure that I'm the rider that I need to be. The horse is always a reflection of you. Your horse will get better when you get better. So I'm always constantly working on me, knowing I can get better. My seat can get better. My mindset can get better. My transitions can get better, my basics can get better, my half halts can get better, my seat, everything. What can I do to get better, which will then create a change in my horse and a better change and a better result in my horse. So that's where we're heading, and that's what our mission and our commitment is, to master the riding success scale and master the German training scale. And you can master those things in prelim level and at basics level and at Grand Prix level. Remember, be patient where you are in your journey. You're not going to have the seat of Isabel Worth, you know, a Grand Prix rider of 20 years if you've just started riding and you've just mastered rising trot. But every year you can achieve a new level of mastery and build on that and build on that and build on that. So let's have a commitment all together that you commit to mastering this German training scale and this riding success scale and improving every single year, and building on what you know and building on how we go. So I'm going to explain what the scale is, but every single level that we move through, I'll be explaining what it means for that level. So obviously, if we think about contact and what kind of frame we want the horse in, it's a different frame and a different kind of contact we expect from a prelim horse or a training level horse compared to a Grand Prix horse. And how does that work, and how do you know when to step up your expectations and change what you're asking from the horse? So we do all of that. So I'm really looking forward to our journey, really looking forward to sharing with you all cool stuff and stuff that I've learned. So congratulations on taking this journey with me. I look forward to helping you and assisting you. Remember, I only answer questions on Your Riding Success TV from members of Dressage Mastery. So if you haven't checked it out, on my website and on YouTube, I publish a question that someone's asked on riding, and, you know, where should I put my leg and how do I do this and how do I do that? And I post the answer and put it up for you guys to have a look at. So if you have a question, you know, I'm here for you guys. Post it through and I will get to it. And I'm here for you. Anything you need, let me know. Really looking forward to getting to know you and seeing how your journey progresses. So I'm really super pumped about Dressage Mastery Academy. I trust you are too. I really look forward to getting to know you, and enjoy month 1. And I look forward to hearing how your journey goes. Okay, bye.